Hey everyone, it's Andy with the Reverb Tone Report, and today we're looking at analog and digital chorus pedals. And right off the bat, the first thing I wanted to show you with that intro example is how you could kind of forget about the myth that analog sounds warmer and digital is brighter and sterile, because as you listen to those clips, I started off with a very clean and clear analog chorus, and by the time we went to the Walrus, it was kind of grungy and dirty with all those extra parameters in there. So let's take a look at really what makes a chorus work and then get into some side-by-side comparisons with analog and digital chorus pedals. The main thing that sets apart analog and digital chorus pedals is how that replicated signal is being generated. So with analog, it's using a bucket brigade device, same thing used in an analog delay. And if you've heard just the signal of an analog delay, it's pretty much the same in a chorus. It's kind of a grittier sound. It has higher noise, higher distortion, and it ends up using a lot of filtering. So the modulated signal ends up being a little bit darker, so you have this really big distinction between the wet and dry signals. The advantage of a DSP-based chorus is that you could replicate the full frequency response of the guitar's dry signal with less noise, less distortion, and of course less filtering. Sometimes the stereo split is simply an unaffected signal on one channel, while the other is actually a vibrato, and when you mix the two, you get the chorus effect. The more advanced DSP chorus pedals will actually give you true stereo, meaning each channel will have some kind of chorus effect on it, and the processing and modulation is unique on each side. Besides the sound, the differences of digital are quite obvious. You get a lot more flexibility, with extra connections like MIDI, presets, and tap tempo. With that being said, let's see which ones your ears like best, starting with a slow classic chorus tone, and we'll switch between analog and digital specimens. One thing about chorus in general, whether it's analog or digital, you'll notice that cyclical waveform and something that your ear can pick up on. And if that's something that kind of becomes too distracting, especially if you run it with some dirt, there's another way to approach chorus, and that's by adding a second or even third delay line. And that's what Boss did with the Dimension C. There's actually two delay lines, so two copies of your dry signal, and they're at different rates, and it kind of makes your ear not pick up on that cycle. In the Wampler Terraform, there's a Dimension mode which uses two delay lines, and we'll compare that to the Boss Dimension C Wazacraft version. Now a tri-chorus, which used to take a whole rack full of Bucket Brigade chips. So let's really hone in on that modulated signal and compare analog and digital in that vibrato world. So if you have something like a CE1 or CE2, even though it says vibrato on that foot switch, it's really still just a faster chorus because it does have the dry signal in there. So we're going to skip the CE2W as well and start off with the deep Oggin from ThorpyFX because that does give us a mix control that allows us to go 100% wet. And one of the things I always look for in a chorus pedal, whether it's analog or digital, is how much of that natural delay time is kind of baked in. Something like the Somersault uses that PT2399IC delay chip, which has a minimum delay time of 30 milliseconds. And that's actually quite long for a chorus pedal. Usually it's around 20 or below. In the case of my favorite DoD, this is about 5 to 8 milliseconds. So it's almost like flanger territory. But getting back to the Somersault, I want to play with this delay time or lag knob and really show you the effect that delay time has on the chorus and also the level of pitch modulation. And here's just a prime example of the power of a digital chorus pedal. I have the M1 here from Walrus Audio, and I'm using a standard chorus mode, but I'm going to manipulate the wave shape, add some extra drive with that lo-fi knob, and get a bit more warp by using the X knob. Here's a square wave. Well, that's a look at analog and digital chorus pedals, and hopefully it kind of debunked a lot of those myths and really helped focus your search on what specs and features to look for in a chorus, whether it's analog or digital. Be sure to leave some comments below on your favorite chorus pedal and why you like it, and I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching.